Hi guys, Love Book Triangle Lindsay here. This video is going to be my May wrap-up and book haul. Sorry if my face looks a little red, but I got a little sun this weekend and it's just been hot here. And being a redhead, I just burned. I don't tan, so sorry for the redness in the face. But I read 4 books this month, and I read Elite and Elect by Rachel Van Dyken. These are the first 2 books in the Eagle Elite series. I want to say she's up to 9 of these right now. I'm not positive. You'll have to go look that up. But I got these books for really cheap on Book Outlet, and my friends have read these and said they were really good, and they kind of need a filler with one of my other orders, so I thought I'd pick them up. Now, Elite, I was not a fan of. The lead guy in this book, Nixon, is quite the jerk. I would use a different word, but probably not appropriate. And I just don't like how Trace for short, how the girl can so easily forget what he does. I am going to put a more detailed review up on lovebooktriangle.wordpress.com. But this book I really wasn't much of a fan of. They are involved in the mafia, and that aspect of the book is interesting. I just didn't like what was going on with some of the characters and how badly some people are treated, and it's just looked over. And yeah, I get it, you're the mafia and stuff, but his reasoning for doing some of the stuff that he does is just plain ridiculous. So I think I just gave this 3 stars out of 5. But then I actually just finished this yesterday, and I liked it so much better than the first book. I feel like the way this book starts off is how the feel of the series should have been all along. I just liked it so much better. You get 3 characters' point of views in here. They're all male characters, and there's a little bit of a love triangle going on, and sometimes it bothers me because I want more of the mafia story, more of the mystery, and try to figure out what's going on. But otherwise, I enjoyed this so much better. There's things to figure out, mysteries, and yeah, so I definitely would say keep going on in the series. I'm going to have to stop for a little while because I only own the first 2, or I'm going to have to ask my friends very kindly to borrow the next one so I can keep on going. The reason why I picked up these Rachel Van Dyken books kind of in the first place, besides the filler aspect of it, is I'm hoping to go to a Polycon next year, and Rachel is going to be an author there, so I wanted to try some of her books because my friends like them so much. So, well, as you can see right here, I got some more that I'm going to dive into. So I gave this 4 out of 5 stars, so I think the series is just going to keep getting more and more interesting. Then I have King's Cage by Victoria Aveyard. Yes, I know this came out so long ago, especially with that War Storm just came out this month, but if you watch one of my other videos, I started this. I was having some trouble with it, but then when I picked back up, there's a lot more action, and I was happy with how things went. But I had to dive back into this right away because we got to meet Victoria Aveyard, and I'm happy to say now I got all my books signed by her. It was a really fun event. So definitely keep going in this series. If you feel like you're struggling at a point, just keep on trucking through because it will get better. And then lastly, I don't have the book jacket on this, but I read The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Now, there was so much hype about this book, and I was so excited to read this, but it kind of fell a little flat for me. The world is with the fairies, and these 2 girls kind of get taken out of the human world to go live in the fairy world because their half-sister, their dad, came, figured out where the mom was hiding. He was mad that he took his daughter out of the fairy, and so he killed her, but he still felt loyalty to these 2 other girls, so he took them into the fairy world with them, and they're trying to learn how to survive because there's so much stuff that can go wrong. If they eat a certain fruit, they could start being controlled by the fairies, and there's charms and all this stuff going on. So the girls are twins that go into the fairy world, and one of them's just trying to adapt, fit in as much as she can, but Jude, she kind of rebels, and she feels like she's earned her place in Fairy because she's doing what she has to do. She's training, learning the ways, and she feels like it's her home. That's where she had grown up. But now for the title being Cruel Prince, I mean, some stuff that happens is cruel, but it doesn't come from the character you expect it to come from. And like the fairy world itself, I feel is interesting in the book, but I just feel like it could have been so much more. There's a lot that ends up happening towards the end of the story, but I just kept on pulling. I'm like, give me more, and I just feel like it gave you the minimum of what it could have. So I believe the Wicked King is the next one in this series, and there's already arcs and stuff floating around, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to be diving into the next one. I mean, of course, there's always curiosity of what's going to happen next, but if that happens, it'll probably try to be a library pull, and in the far future, there's other things I would rather read first. So it's a little disappointed in this. I probably gave it 3 out of 4 stars. So those were the 4 books I read this month, and I was thinking about my book haul for the month, and I really didn't think I had a lot to show you guys, but then as I was looking, I found more than I thought. So I found Once Upon a Dream, the twisted version of a Disney fairy tale book by Liz Braswell. It was like 50 cents at a rummage that I went to with my parents, and I've seen these books on like Scholastic or I think even Book Outlet maybe, and they just always looked interested in me because Disney, and I like Disney villains. I'm a villain kind of person when it comes to that. I mean, yes, I love all the other Disney characters too, but sometimes I like when a villain can win and it's not that cookie cutter ending. So this was a great find for super cheap. Then I had One Long Shot by Kenny Lee Ryan, and I'm super excited to read this. I didn't realize how tall the book was, so that's fun, and I'm just really excited to dive into this one. And lastly, I have War Storm, the last book in the Red Queen series, and you just saw me pull up King's Cage, and this is the last one that follows that, book 4, and I had to buy it for the book signing. Really big, really intimidating me, but I'm excited to see how everything wraps up. I'm pretty sure Victoria is going to kill someone off by the way she was talking at the panel at the signing, and it just makes me a little nervous to see who it's going to be, and she's dropping little bombs here and there, so definitely gotta see how this is gonna end. And I'm not sure when I want to read it, but I think I have King's Cage still pretty fresh in my mind, so I'm gonna want to be diving into this soon. So tell me, what did you guys read this month? What were some of your favorites, some of your not so favorites, and if you guys got any books this month, what are you looking forward to read? Well, until next time, bye guys.